Greetings and thanks for dropping by for the latest edition of Mentor Mike's Market Movie. Today is Friday, December 14th, 2012. And let's get started here. Our chart clock is stopped at 6 a.m. Pacific time. The green line there, of course, marks the start of the day session. This is the end of the original day session. And these are the three lines that help us remember that on a typical day, we're likely to get three turning points. Here is our turning point chart. And as you can see, we ended the previous day on a high right here. And so we're already quite a ways below that. So there's very strong likelihood we're going to start the day on a low, and we're going to have some kind of low, high, low configuration more than likely. So let's start the data and see what transpires. I am using 3 contracts and 2 targets. Okay, we have a red, white, and blue bearish alignment. We flipped the parabolic. We don't quite have the crossover on the faster MACD or on our histogram over here, but the longer term MACD on both sides is bending even further bearishly. So let's go ahead and get short here. We will now, there's something I need to mention. I had previously moved the second target on the 2-target array further away to kind of equalize the time in the trade and the downtime between the 2-target traders and the 3-target traders. The problem is that the reality is that the further away the target, the tougher it is to hit. And when I was trading this live this morning, I had 2 consecutive trades where those occurred in the pre-market, where we would have hit the second target if it had been in its original spot, but because I had moved it further away, we didn't hit it, and we ended up getting considerably less than we would have if we would have had the target in its original spot. So my heart was in the right place, but I don't think the mechanism is going to balance out. So overall, what it's about is making money for the small traders so that they can become larger traders. And I think that the benefit still lies with having the target in its old location. And that means manual trailing of the stop with the parabolic. Hopefully at some point we can convince the tech support guys at NinjaTrader to give us a new version of the auto trail function where we can actually track automatically the stop, keeping it congruent with the parabolic. But until that happens, we're going to have to kind of do it manually. All right, so we've got our trade entered. Let's go ahead and start the data again. Oh, and there's our 2 targets. That's what we like to see. You'll notice the market didn't go too much further than that before turning around. Well, it looks like our longer MACD has made a cross. And we have kind of a 1, 2, 3 type of bottom here. And we've broken above the red. Let's go long. And stopped out. This thing's doing a lot of loop-to-loops. I'm not sure what it has in mind, so we'll just kind of cautiously watch it till we get a clear signal. We do have white above red, but not for long. Looks like the white has just dipped back down. Okay, we've basically got red, white, and blue going south, and even though the MACD is heading up, we got some bendability there, and we're starting to break below the zero line with the faster MACD. And we are in a bearish, larger parabolic. So let's get short. All right. I found from experience that with this particular chart configuration, when you've got the red, white, and blue alignment on the moving averages, that trumps just about everything else. All right, check this out. We've got some very obvious divergence. Lower low on the price, higher low on both the long and the short MACD. And this is probably our first turning point. Let's see what it looks like over here. We've got to have at least 2 turning points, so this thing's got to go up sooner or later. We're kind of getting a little bit of a bullish hook on our turning point chart. And over here, we're about ready to break above the zero line, and we've got a bullish hook on the longer term MACD. So I think it's pretty safe to get long. Oops. And another 2 targets. And we've flipped the parabolic now. So that means, let's stop this. That means that this is now confirmed as our low. And this is what it looks like over here. All right. All right, parabolic has gone bearish again. We do have this trend definer right overhead, though. That's going to be a strong zone of resistance. We need a good pullback before we can get long again. We'll be looking for the faster MACD to give us a bullish cross, and that means the histogram over here is going to be breaking above zero. Although we do have a bearish red, white, and blue right here. And everything is heading down, including the trend definer still, so there is some momentum here. So short it is. Well, never went anywhere. So I think we'd better take the loss and move on, because this thing looks like it wants to go higher now. We've got it breaking above here. That means we've got a cross over here. So we're going to reverse our position. By cutting the loss short there, we kept our loss to an amount that is less than a typical two-target successful trade, so didn't set us back too far. We were still in the black. And we're going to close that trade out because we should have been stopped out by the parabolic, but that didn't happen. Okay, well, we're not below the zero line here with this MACD, so let's just keep watching. Now we are, however, and we're pretty deep down here, but a lot of the down move occurs when we are in the oversold zone already. So this crossover on the MACD and the fact that it's going below zero can be pretty potent. So short trade it is. It may turn around like this one did. If so, we take the loss and move on. Or it may create a third turning point by taking out this longer term parabolic. And that looks like what it's trying to do. Boom. Okay. Okay, now this becomes confirmed as our high, and from this perspective, the low we just made looks like the low. So there's the high, and here's probably the low. And from this perspective, this would be our high. And this is probably going to be our low. Now, do we go long? I would say let's do it. Okay, and that's all for us today. Let's run out the clock. And there you have it. So we took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 trades, and we won on 8 of them and made 775. And I think we lost about 112 on that losing trade there. So we would have had a little closer to 900, but 775 is very respectable, especially for a 3-contract, 2-target account. So there you have it. And be sure and follow along. Watch the video blog every chance you get for news about the trading room. We're working on the webinar that we're going to have to introduce you to all the details of how it's going to work here. So stay tuned. Thanks a lot and have a great weekend.